This is an uncensored podcast about sex, sexuality, gender, and body stuff. Listener discretion is advised. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of the person or persons sharing them. Some names have been changed to protect the anonymity of its participants.
Hello, my friends. It's me. Oh God, that was weird. I just said that and I felt one of my vocals fall out of my head. That was wonderful. Everything I'm doing is just great. It's me, Drew Michael. And this is Make Sex With Me, a podcast where, I think you guys are not going to believe that we're not in the car all the time. I always say lately, I promise we're not going to be in the car every time. But is this just becoming a car pod? Alright, here's the deal. Last week we talked about how I have a new roommate. He's actually not home. He went to the Daytona 500, which I think I talked about. It's in Florida. We found out. It's great. So he's actually not home this weekend, but I got another housemate, and he's a gay, and I'm so excited. He's so cute. He's this adorable little gay from Alabama. He's a radiologist assistant or something. He told me a radiological technician or something. And I was like, oh, I thought you were an x-ray tech. He's like, I am. And I was like, oh, I thought radiologists did MRIs. And he's like, we do. I was like, oh, and you do x-rays too? He's like, yep. I was like, oh, okay. Cool. I think that you don't have to go to a radiologist to get an x-ray, however. I think just regular doctors and nurses can do x-rays too. Make Sex With Me, a podcast where we are teaching you things that we don't know, you don't know them. But you probably do already, don't you? Because you're smart. My listeners are smart listeners. Okay, so this is going to be a little quickie-sode. I don't have that much to talk about. I had the weirdest fucking dreams last night. I was I woke up with a headache this morning. I was hungover. Hadn't had a drop of alcohol in, I don't even remember the last time. So, I guess I had a drink or two in the last month, but really not a lot. Not since I had the flu. But I thought about having a drink last night because I got home from hosting an event at work that I had organized myself, and I pulled a 12-hour work day yesterday, and I was like, oh my God. Went home, hung out with my new roomie, watched the tail end of a Mission Impossible movie, which was maybe the only part a person really needs to watch. Because I feel you could figure everything out from just asking dumb questions. Just who's that? Why is he concerned about her getting stabbed? Why would he just jump off a cliff with a parachute on and try to land on a train? You know, that kind of stuff. And of course, like, my new roomie is like, I feel like he knows when to answer a question and when to be like, we're done. Because he didn't answer all my questions. And I was like, oh, is this a sign that you would like me to shut up? Okay. And I can take a hint, all right? This is a bitch who knows when to take a hint, okay? I was like, hey, I'm gonna get some pizza. He was like, ooh, that sounds good. I was like, okay. And then I was like, what do you like on a pizza? He's like, I don't know. Oh my God, am I going the right way? I don't even know. I'm so confused. I think I went the wrong way. Is it gonna tell me I went the wrong way? Does the car know that I went the wrong way? No, now it does. Oh, God damn it. I hate when you miss an exit in Detroit. It is like, you have to take the most, like, inconvenient detour to, like, figure it out. Like, you have to, like, go and then do, like, a turnaround thingy, and then you have to drive for, like, another 2 miles and then do, like, another turnaround thingy. And it's just, like, it's like the road is telling you you're dumb. You know? The road is just like, you are the worst at navigating. Also, I'll be going 80 on the freeway, and then the exit's like, oh, make sure to slow down to 25 miles an hour for this little loop-de-loo here, or you're gonna fly off the fucking road and into like a ditch or like a ravine. Alright. Here, we're doing the first loop-de-loo to correct. Also, there's like a minor blizzard happening right now, which I didn't even know was gonna happen. Like, a little warning, please, nature. Apparently, well, okay, Michigan has the least natural disasters of, like, any place in the United States. But apparently, like, winter weather can also be dangerous. I'm just trying to get home. Oh. And now I'm out of gas. Great, this is how people die. You know what? If they find this recording, I would like them to posthumously drop it, and they can say this is the last thing we know about Drew Michael. Oh my God, am I exiting here? This podcast is going to now be called Getting Lost in the Car with a Dumb Gay. A dumb, I was going to say faggot. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This isn't really a good time to be saying faggot. I mean, there's just like so many people that would enjoy it for the wrong reasons. I have to be careful with who I give it to. So, I ordered pizza last night. I'm like asking my roommate, what kind of pizza do you like? And he's like, oh, I just, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, what about this? Do you like this? He's like, no. I was like, okay, what about this? And he's like, no. And he's like, you know what? He's like, just get whatever you want. He's like, I'm probably just gonna have like one slice. And I was just like, oh, okay. And he's like, just get the normal. He's like, you know what? Just get the normal amount you would normally get. Don't get extra because, to be honest, like, I'm not even hungry. And I was just like, well, it's pizza. Like, you don't have to be hungry to, like, eat pizza. Like, pizza's for every person, for every situation. Like, we're supposed to eat it. Like, if it's there, we're supposed to eat it. And he's just like, no, you know what? I'm definitely not going to have any. And I was just like, oh my God. Then he tells me that he is on, like, what is it? He's doing the injections. He's not on Wegovy. He's not on Ozempic. It's on one that's like a newer version. I guess it's GLP-1 injections or some shit. Still, I don't know. It's called like triglyptide or something. And I was just like, oh my God, that's so cool. I've never met a person in the flesh that's on that shit. Like, let me know, like, tell me about it, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, oh, well, you know, I was on it before, and then it got really expensive, so I, like, couldn't afford it, so I had to go off of it. And then he's like, then I, like, gained back all of the weight that I, like, lost when I was on it, and I was like, oh, shit. He's like, yeah, that kind of sucked. And then he was like, but now I'm back on it again, so that's cool. I found, like, a more affordable version with less nausea. And I was just like, okay, cool. Oh my god, get out of the road. This is a freeway. What the fuck? There's just people walking down the freeway. Oh, Detroit. So I was like, this is so cool. And then I realized, like, I had like maybe 3 little slices of pizza and like a bite. Well, I had like 1 or 2 little segments of cheesy bread. And I was like, oh, I feel so full. I feel so good. And like, I was like, I guess I don't have to have like weight loss injections. Like, I can just be friends with somebody who has the strength to say no to pizza because he's on weight loss injections, and then just like be in his presence and then like not eat too much pizza. It was just like perfect. Because I used to think like, oh, I have to have a buddy when I order pizza. Like, if I have someone, like me and Maya used to like devour like a medium pan from Domino's, and then like we would have like some cheesy bread. We'd like split that, and that would be the food would be gone, so we would have to be done. But it turns out I don't need like a buddy to like share the pizza so I won't overeat. I just need someone there who's like on Wegovy or whatever, you know, who's just like, no, this is when we are done. Or like, he didn't even tell me to stop. I don't even know. It was some mental shit that happened. I just felt complete. Also, he's cute and he's gay and he was in the room. So obviously, like, I'm not going to eat like a depressed, dirty whore, you know. I'm going to eat cock like a depressed, dirty whore, but like not pizza, you know. So like, if there's any other motivations in the room from, you know, men or whatever, like, I'm just gonna probably eat less. So I don't think it has anything to do with like, I didn't have like a contact high from his injections. I think what it was just like, I didn't want to look like a fat ass, and I was like not lonely. I had like a male companion at the moment, and was just like, oh, this is so nice. Like, we cuddled up separately on the sectional. He was on one end, I was on the other, and we watched a dumb movie I would have never watched if I hadn't walked in halfway through and there wasn't a cute guy on my couch. Like, I just, you know, like when you make bad decisions, they're not bad, but it's like early on when you like a person, and I'm just trying to generalize. I'm not actually like instantly in love with this guy I barely know. He's very cute, but I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, like, when you first meet a person and you're like, oh, who's this, right? And, you know, they're into stuff that you would not ever be into. You start to say, well, I guess I could watch a little bit of this movie. You know, I could read Harry Potter. I guess I'm into Bob's Burgers. Like those are literally 3 things that I've done because a guy liked them and I was interested in a guy. And like clockwork, when I was no longer interested in the guy, I didn't give a shit about those things anymore. Like, I read 1 Harry Potter book because of a guy. That's how short-lived that crush was, or that, I don't even know what I had for that guy. I don't even remember which guy it was, but, so, super good. Anyway, I went to bed, passed the fuck out last night, spent my Saturday night that way, I guess. And then didn't even have enough energy to like have a gin and tonic, and I was like thinking about it all night at the event. Woke up this morning with a splitting fucking headache and was like, I have a feeling that this is one of those things where it's gonna be worse if you keep lying down. Like, you just kind of gotta get up and stretch your neck and like move your shoulders and get your heart pumping a little bit, and the headache will go away. So then I slept for like 2 or 3 more hours because I just was like not interested in leaving my bed, and it wasn't even that good. Like, it was just there. Like, and I was like, I'm just gonna stay in this fucking bed. Woke up after having like just a series of really unfortunate dreams. I was literally dreaming. How fucking depressing is this? I was literally dreaming that, first of all, it was one of those dreams where you don't know you're dreaming and you just keep going from situation to situation to situation, and each one is just as like perplexing and depressing as the last, and you're like kind of like, how do I get out of this? But you're not like scared. But like in every situation I was in this dream, I was like experiencing dissociation, like was like driving through many parts of the dream and like couldn't stay awake, / couldn't focus on the road, / couldn't figure out how to pull my car over. Was like, I'm not sure if I'm awake or sleeping or what, but I was like just so upset by how much I couldn't connect or sense of what I was experiencing, which is dissociation, which I usually experience when I'm awake, but now I'm having fucking dreams where I'm experiencing it. And just being like, how do I get out of this? How do I focus more? And I literally had to wake up and I had to swing my legs over the side of the bed and just kind of sit on the side of the bed, and I put my head forward and I just kind of rocked a little bit, and then I put my head to the side. I was like, trying to try different positions for my neck, and just was like doing a little rocking thing. I was like staring at my lampshade on my nightside table and like the socks on the floor, and like, I looked up at like the arch over my closet, and I was just like, this is all real. I know it's real. And just like trying to get the bad taste out of my mouth from that fucking dream. Not to mention there wasn't literal bad taste in my mouth, because I was like, I don't know if I was mouth breathing or nose breathing the whole fucking night, but I was just like dry as a bone, and I had to take a swig of my seltzer that was next to the bed, and then I was like, oh God, maybe I should have kept my mouth dry. It's like, tastes like a donkey's prolapse sphincter. It was a hard morning. And then I forced myself to take a shower, sat down in the shower, which was like really nice, because I have not felt like sitting in the shower, and I love a good shower sit. I love when you're just not feeling good, or you just need to be alone, or you just need to go like fetal, sit down, let the water hit you, spit on your legs. Not because you want spit on your legs, just because like there's something about just allowing yourself to drool on your own self. And like, if you pee a little, that's fine. All of the things. And it's just this thing of like letting it all hang out, because you are alone and you could fucking do that. Like, I'm legit now driving through like a whiteout. What the fuck? When were we ever gonna be notified of this? So that was that. Okay, so then I forced myself to go to I forced myself to eat a nice breakfast, right? Then I forced myself to go to the gym and didn't do any exercising. I just really wanted to go to the sauna. So I knew that the gym was closing, and I was like, whatever, I can get there, I can sit in the sauna for like 40 minutes, and then I can fucking go buy groceries for the week or something, which is what I'm doing now. Also, the other new theme for this podcast is just like, who did I see in the sauna? I'm going to drive around in my car talking about who I saw in the sauna today, period. Sauna tales. Sauna Autobahna. I hate myself. I do. I actually am on my way to the gym. I realize I forgot like a lock. I just bought a fucking lock for like putting my stuff in a locker. And that was fun because I went to Home Depot and spent like an hour looking for it. Because I'm that gay, and also because like I love a hardware store, which also makes me kind of more gay. I don't know how that works. I also tried to cruise in the bathroom at the Home Depot, and I was in there for like 10 minutes and nobody came in. It was like, ugh, fuck. So anyway, trying to be sexual. I forgot my lock and I forgot a towel. So I'm thinking like, fuck, I'm just gonna have to go sit in the sauna in like shorts. Because even I'm not just gonna go in butt naked and sit on the wood. I think that's like not good. It's not good hygiene, but it's also not good like just like sauna personship. Like it's like you shouldn't be bare ass on the wood. Like that's where everyone sits. You need to have like something in between your butthole and the wood. And so I was not gonna do that. So I was like, okay, I'll just wear my exercise shorts and I'll sweat in them, and then it'll make everyone think I worked out. I don't know who's looking at my shorts, but not enough people. That's the answer to that. So then I go into the sauna in my little canary yellow shorts, nothing else on but my glasses and my Apple Watch. And so basically I'm fully clothed. And I walk in and there's this hot, maybe like 24-year-old slim, muscular guy, more slim, like a runner, like a triathlete body. And he is in his little sweaty underwear, and he's just sitting there with his little headphones on, listening to something and laughing to himself, just looking all sorts of like a snack. And I'm just like, oh fuck, this guy's hot. And I was really expecting none of that. I was really expecting like old, bald, sweaty titty. Like I just was like, and I'm not against that. Like I will cruise lots of types if it's on the table. That's the fun of it. Like I like all sorts of types and just see what happens, and I also like, there's a certain, I think that I bring a positivity to the whole thing of like, all are welcome. I have to be into it. Like I have to be feeling you to cruise you, but like there's a lot of guys that I'm feeling. It's not, I don't just cruise certain guys. Like I cruise all sorts of body types, all sorts. Like if the energy is right, it's like, let's do this. That's hot. And I haven't cruised in forever, but like I said, I'm trying to get back into it, but it's hard because I don't have a lot of time. And I also think that cruising has a certain negative connotation. But I mean, it doesn't have to be like public sex. It could be just like you pick guys up and that you go back to a place and have sex, I haven't had public sex in, I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you how long it's been. I could tell you the last time I had a drink, but I can't tell you the last time I got fucked in a steam room. Although I can tell you one time I got a little fucked in a steam room, and it was really hot. And it was really weird because I don't usually quickly like to get fucked. And this was just like, yes, fuck me. And he started fucking me, and I was like, this is hot. It felt really good. And then we got caught by some person working at the gym, and all he said was, come on, guys, cut it out. I was like, yep, this used to be a David Barton for sure. Okay, so oh, the days of gays. So this hot little piece is sitting in the sauna with me, and I'm just thinking like, ugh. And so then he eventually is like done. He gets up to go out, and I'm just sitting there. You know, I was planning on sitting there till they kick me out, till the place closed, because it's my day of relaxation. And so then he walks towards the lockers, and the sauna is like by the showers. And this location, a lot of guys, like, they don't mind being naked. They walk from their locker to the shower naked. It's like a lot of older guys mostly, but there's some younger guys. Some guys will sit butt-ass naked or whatever in the sauna. Very rare, but there's a lot of older guys. There's like some older Asian guys too that are, they're just used to being naked in locker room settings. There's a lot of Muslim guys who I think a lot of Muslims are very modest about nudity, and in fact they just they won't even be fully naked in front of other Muslim men. I don't think that's all Muslims, but I think it's certain groups of Muslims. And I mean, it's not just Muslims. There's there's a lot of Christians that are too modest to be naked in front of other people, and a lot of those Christians are American. So there's that. That's that place that everyone's talking about. La Marsa. I need to go there for food eventually. So anyway, he goes to his locker, and I'm thinking, okay, so honestly, this boy is probably going to shower because he's real sweaty. I'm like, there's a couple options here. In my head, I'm thinking oh my God, what if he just walked back to the shower completely naked from his locker? I was like, oh my God, that'd be so hot. But this guy's younger, right? I'm like, there's no way that's going to happen. But I just had this little idea of ooh, that'd be so fun to watch. And so then I'm thinking no, but what's probably going to happen is he's either going to go to his locker and towel dry the sweat and then get dressed and leave, because that's what a lot of younger guys would do, and then they would just go home and shower. And then there was that option, or the other thing I said he would probably do was to go to his locker to grab his towel, put his AirPods down or whatever, and then walk to the shower with his underwear on still, hang up his towel, get in the shower, pull the curtain completely closed, and then take his underwear off and hang it somewhere, right? And then grab the towel, dry off, and go back to his locker completely covered with a towel. So that's what I thought was going to happen, that whole thing. Because I've seen it a million times before, and that's what younger guys do in the locker room. That's how they behave. They never ever want to be fully naked. And the other thing is guys don't have any problem showing off their upper body. They don't always have a problem showing off their butts even, but they really don't want anyone to see their genitals. And it's just so upsetting, because I want to see them. I don't need them to be big. I just want to see them. I don't have to have sex with you. I just want to see them. Just please show me your genitals, and then I'll probably not ever care about you again. I mean, it's my identity porn addiction. It's just really weird. Let me pause this. So I'm thinking those are the options for what he could possibly do to leave this place, to go to those showers those are okay. Sorry, I just got gas, and so I'm trying to rethink what I have to go from filling up my car with gas mode to podcasting mode. Okay, most podcasters don't have to deal with this because they don't host sodomy Autobahna. Oh shit. I was trying to say Sauna, Autobahna, and then I just get it the fuck out. Alright. We're good. Sodomy, Autobahna, which means butt sex. I'm sorry, did I get clubbed when I was pumping gas? Did someone club me over the head? Alright. Sodomy, autobotomy means butt sex with your own body. Butt sexing yourself. Is that what that means? Please email us at makesexwithmepodcast@gmail.com to let us know what other things you think we should name our podcast that's not what it's already named. So Hottie Little Piece, Hottie McPeacerson, surprised the fuck out of me. Didn't do any of the two things I thought he would probably do. He ends up walking to the shower completely naked, and his body is just like scrumptious. I mean, I knew it was scrumptious before, and it was extra scrumptious without any underwear on. He had a fat little short dick, which probably gets a lot longer, but it was, not hard. But it was like chubby. It was like really nice. I love a skinny, muscular guy with like a fat dick. I don't care if it's long. I just want it to be girthy in my hand. And I love a soft dick. I don't know what it is. I love the idea of a soft dick in my mouth, and then I can make it hard. I love it. All right. So he walks by, and then he has this fucking gorgeous little bubble butt cherub ass. I was just like, oh my God. He had this scar on his back. And then I'm thinking like, oh my God, I just watched a porn where a guy had a scar on his back. I was like, is this him? Should I find that guy? I don't think so. Okay. So he walks to the shower, and I'm thinking he's holding like, it looked like he was holding like a protein shaker. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, I'm just trolling hard at this point. I'm like, is he about to do that fucking hot fucking thing where a guy stands in the shower and lets the water hit him while he drinks his protein after a workout and just like lets people watch him? Because like they know people are watching. I was like, is this what's about to fucking happen here? And I couldn't see him in the shower, so I don't know. But I can only imagine that went down. And I was not creepy enough to like go, should I go to Kroger or should I go to Bush's? That is the question. I think Kroger has better prices on certain things. We're gonna go there. I'm not enough of a troll to where like I would follow a guy just to watch him shower. I mean, if I have a reason to go there anyway, I might sneak a peek, but I'm definitely not going to like try to make anyone feel uncomfortable. I definitely don't want them to know I'm sneaking a peek. I'm just like a normal, slutty person. I'm not a gross, slutty person, and I hope I never get the chance to be gross. Like, I hope I'm not like old and horny and perverted. I mean, there's like a guy who trolls the locker room of the gym I go to in Ann Arbor sometimes, and he doesn't even give a shit. Like, he'll just walk by and stare into the sauna and everyone's sitting there. And I mean, I'm surprised nobody gets up and says, "What the fuck, man? What are you looking at, fucker?" Was that believable? Because I kind of scared myself. Anyway, so I did not watch that. But I knew he would have to walk back to his locker because he didn't even bring a towel. I mean, how fucking hot. That is some fucking big dick energy. Oh, I fucking love it. That means that when he's hard, it's probably like rock hard and just, it's like a fucking snake. I don't know how long the snake is, but I'm sure it's just fucking hot. All right. I'm really horny now. And I feel like I haven't been like really horny in like a really long time. I've only been like kind of horny lately because all I think about is work, and work does not make me horny. All right. So I'm just sitting there. Okay, so yeah, he does walk out of the shower, but he doesn't just walk back to his locker. He walks over to the sink, which is like directly across from the sauna. And I'm just like watching him stand in front of the sink. He pulls some paper towels out, and then I'm thinking, oh my God, he's about to do this thing that would actually definitely knock points off of like what I think about him, because I hate this thing. As someone who works for gyms, I hate this thing that the young guys will do where they'll go sit in the sauna and then they will just go grab every paper towel, like 100 paper towels to dry their bodies off because they didn't bring a towel of their own. And they like, are you kidding? That person just looked at me and then pulled it out in front of me. That is so dumb. I just stared at them like, are you fucking kidding me? All right, so he didn't do the paper towel thing. What he did do was he grabbed a paper towel and then blew his nose on it, which still hot. It didn't add or take away from his points total, because he was just standing in front of a sink in a locker room, blowing his nose in complete nudity with that cherub booty. Oh my God, that ass. I just wanted to part the seas and, well, that's not a good analogy, because in that, I don't know. I just wanted to part the cheeks. The part is the only word that we can steal from that biblical story. And then I wanted to escort 40 million Hebrews into his asshole. Is that the rest of the story? I just want to be up in that ass. I would let him fart on me. I don't even care. He's so hot. So anyway, so I got to see that chubby little cock again, and his body was just gorgeous. And it's like that scar was put on his back just so something wouldn't be perfect. You know what I mean? It was just like, I love when there's like the smallest imperfection just to make him seen attainable. All right. So, then what? So then he walked back to his locker. So that was that. So then I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, that was really hot. This is like the youngest, hottest guy I've ever seen in this sauna, and the youngest guy I've seen in a really long time that feels comfortable being naked in public. All right. So I'm thinking like, I have another 30 minutes in this sauna. Like maybe like a couple old guys will come out from the pool and sit in here. Maybe one of them will be a dirty old man and like will wanna, I don't know, rub our dicks or something. I don't know. I was just like, anything can happen, and that's what is exciting about cruising, is like a lot of times you're gonna go and nothing's gonna happen, and then eventually something will, and it's gonna be like, oh my God, it's gonna be so hot that the level of sexiness is gonna be like potentially overwhelming. It's a very addictive thing because of how sexy it can be randomly at times, and then you go long lengths without anything happening, and you're just like, oh, it's like the ultimate goon. Okay, honestly, I invented gooning. Fuck all y'all. All right, I did not invent cruising, however. I invented nothing. So I'm sitting there, maybe like, and I start talking to myself, and then I get to this thing where I'm like, I really like to be alone. I can't remember if I talked about this in another recording or not, but I really like to be alone. If I either want someone to walk in who's going to be like, let's do this, let's fucking cruise, or I just want no one in there at all because I can sit here and talk to myself. And for me, I talk to myself a lot. It helps me work out my thoughts, which is why I'm like a fucking natural at podcasting, because I've been talking to myself. Wait, let me rephrase. I'm a fucking natural at being the only person on an episode of my podcast and like holding a full conversation without a second person or third person, because I've been doing it my entire life. Now, is it interesting to hear? That's a separate question. All right. So I am sitting there talking to myself, and then all of a sudden this really hot, like little shorty guy, but like ripped muscle, like he's like a bodybuilder, comes in this tiny little pair of shorts, and he sits down, and he's got tats on his chest and he's got sleeves, and I was just like, oh my God. And I was like, well, I was actually kind of like, this guy's really hot, but this isn't going to turn into anything. I'm looking at my clock thinking like, there's not much time left. Like, this isn't going to happen because this guy's like really fucking hot, and he also seems really fucking straight. And then we're sitting there, and then I start to see him like, it looked like he was picking his fucking nose, which I was like, oh my God, only a really fucking hot guy would do this, because he can get away with doing something so gross where everyone can see him. And then also, like, only a guy who's straight would come into a sauna and pick his nose in front of other guys, because like, he's not trying to impress them. He doesn't give a shit what they think, because he's a dude and they're dudes. So I'm thinking like, God, this is really not going to happen. And then flash forward, and by the way, I'm not even thinking at all like, ew, he just picked his nose, I hate this guy, there's nothing hot about him. I'm still fully thinking this guy's super hot, because he was that hot, and I'm that desperate. Okay. And so so he starts to like touch himself, but it's like, I can't figure out if it's like sexy or if it's like or if he's just itching or rearranging. But it looked like he was like full on like grabbing his cock through his shorts, and I was just like, oh my God. And I'm like about to start signaling that like, yep, I'm cool with that, like, let's do this. Like, if you just want to be worshipped, you are so hot, I'll just worship you for like a few minutes. And then all of a sudden, the guy who works at the gym walks up to the sauna, and he opens the door and says, all right guys, like, that's it for the sauna. It's like 15 minutes before close, and they shut it down. And then he walks away, and the guy's like, what? He's like, what time is it? And I'm like, it's like 4:45. And he's like, ugh. He's like, they close at 5. And I was like, yeah. He's like, well, so the sauna's like off now? And I was like, I don't know, I think maybe he turned it off, I didn't see him, but like, you know, maybe they have a switch in the office. I was like, I don't know, like, it's still hot for a while. I'm like, let's just stay here, you know, like, it's I feel like it's gonna be hot for a little bit longer, right? And like, and he's like, yeah, I guess. And so we sit there for like maybe another 5 minutes, and then he gets up and leaves, and I'm just like, God damn it. So anyway, he did one of the other two options. He went to his locker, and he hadn't been in the sauna for very long, but he just like got dressed and left. He probably would not have been a walk to the shower with nothing on, without a towel. Like, that wouldn't have been him. And this guy had maybe a bigger dick. Like, I could kind of see it through the shorts, and I was like, oh my God, if he walks to the shower naked, I might pass out. So the whole point of this entire episode, I went to my locker because it was time to go. I did a disgusting thing and just like towel dried, and I didn't have a towel. I used the shorts that I was wearing. I took them off, and I just kind of like wiped my sweat with my shorts, and then put on other clothes, which is like, whatever. I like my sweat. I'm hot. I'm sexy. And then I got this feeling in my, I almost said I got this feeling in my head. I got this little idea in my head of like, I wonder if I like pre-came at all. Cause like, I literally didn't jerk off. I didn't do anything, but there's some really sexy things happened. And I reached down and I felt the head of my dick. And I was like pre-cum city. I was like wet. I was like, this bitch is floating. This bitch is like, let's like, what do you call it when you put a boat into the water? Like, let's do it. Let's like launch a ship. Like, let's go for a voyage. I am wet. And I didn't even do anything, but it's just like, and 'cause the reason why I'm even bringing this up is because lately I've been like worried that my libido is low, or that like I'm starting to get like less sexual. And I really love sex. It makes me so happy. I love sexy things. And I was just like, oh my God, is this it for me? Like, am I finally like middle-aged and like I'm not sexy anymore? And the fact is like, no, but I just have to start to look for sexier situations, sexier things. I have to take more risks. I need to like be more of a sexual being if I want to have sexy things happen. And I also need to like not just like lay in my bed and watch porn and be like, which I'll probably do later because I have to get over this feeling I have now that I've seen sexy naked dicks. I need to find outlets for sexy things to happen. I need to. Because I owe it to myself, because I'm not dead, because I'm still young and vibrant at 38. And I have been just kind of like resigned to the idea that like, I'm not going to find anything anywhere. Since like living in the South and whatever, and not living near a big city, just like living in this like little conservative town. But no, someone's car alarm's going off. That's what I feel like in my balls right now. Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please rate, review, subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Please email us at makesexwithmepodcast@gmail.com. And I hope you guys are doing great this winter. And I hope you guys are filling your holes with whatever makes you happy, or filling your holes with whatever makes you feel really sexy and spicy. Bye-bye!